Hello, sweet souls. This is DTO in the flow. And today I get to have this amazing guest, Dr. Varun Gandhi. And he is a life orchestrator. His mission is to create experiences that allow for transformation. He is currently orchestrating the Spiritual Block Party. He is also writing and directing the entrepreneurial lives of Chakra Doctor, Organized Zen, Living, and Portal to Ascension. He has also helped build a community organization with more than 1,000 members over the last year and a half. And we are going to kick off this interview with the Spiritual Block Party teaser trailer, and it's happening February 15th. And here we have Dr. Varun Gandhi. Welcome.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dave. So much. Thank you, DTO, so much for the welcome, the warm welcome.
You're so welcome. Yeah, what an amazing life orchestrator. And when I was watching the video, I felt like you're orchestrating some extraordinary energies for this upcoming event. So, and let's talk about, because we have Hemalayaa that will be with us at the beginning of this interview.
Thank you.
There she is.
Hello. Hi,
Hi, Varun.
how you doing?
I can't hear you, but
there you go.
Are you super excited? Are you super excited?
His earphones, it makes me look cool.
Are you super excited for the Spiritual Block Party?
Yeah, I'm totally excited. And I also wanted to say, like, what an honor, like, to put something like this on is no joke. So I want to acknowledge you and really say, like, the community is so lucky to have you. And we're really, really excited to be there and to rock it out and to share and to play with you guys. So yay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Hemalayaa. Yeah, there she is doing her thing, Body Freedom Dance. She's going to be there. Please come out. This is going to be a wonderful opportunity to get to meet Hemalayaa and her beautiful talent, and what they have to offer to this world is amazing.
Thank you, Henny. Yeah, we're so stoked. I'm going to let you guys take it from here and communicate. And
thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, come on out. You that are in the LA area, the Orange County area, like, this is a place for us to gather together. The workshop that we're going to be doing is called Body Freedom Workshop. And it includes all sorts of liberating exercises, including a little yoga, but really the truth behind why we do yoga. We do it so we can be liberated and be free from anything that holds us back, from moving in our purpose, moving in our peace, moving in our joy in the world. So it's a reconnection place. So we invite you to come out and to play, to be with this group of people and letting go of the things that you're not and returning home to truly who you are is a gift and a half. So we invite you to come out and play with us. Yay. Yeah. So I'm going to pass it over to DTO in the flow.
I love DTO. I feel so inspired, magnificent.
Teaching this wisdom to connect with so many beings without putting a mask on. That's powerful.
A guy like me can open his heart.
Are you ready? Go for it!
Ecstasy into bliss and dancing.
healing for the world.
There it is.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Dave. Thank you so much, bro.
Absolutely. Amazing. Yeah. So let's get to the first question. What is your educational background? Because you're a doctor.
Yeah. So, man, this has been quite a journey. So it started out with being in this mind space of education, right? I was like completely focused on education, like growing up in that typical Indian household. It was like, you got to study, all the way up until like college. And then even past that, I had this internship right after my undergrad. And I went out into the work field like as a consultant to see how that would feel like for 3 months. And I didn't really enjoy it. So I went back into school saying that I want to prolong my my education from master's to a PhD. So I went ahead and I finished, I got my PhD in environmental engineering. And so environmental engineering is like, it's, you know, for me, it had a lot of meaning in it because I was watching out for the public health infrastructure. You know, the drinking water that comes to the houses has to be tested before it comes in so no one gets diseases, right? And so that was my job, is to make sure that facilities upstream of this drinking water is working, you know, operational and working to its best abilities. So that was my like external environment, right? That's what I call, like, it was at first half of my life was the external environment, and now I've got inside, and now I'm working with the internal environment.
Yeah. Wonderful. It's an inside job, right?
It is an inside job, brother. You know it. It's
yeah. And we can see the chakras behind me, and, you know, I develop music that's based on these energy frequencies, and so powerful. And so you spoke about your educational background, becoming a doctor. And so my second question is, so what woke you up to your purpose?
So right around when I was graduating and moving on to the job, so I had a job for 2 years in the consulting. I didn't learn my lesson the first time when I already felt like I didn't want to go into consulting. So I had to go back into it to feel it, to, you know, experience it again, actually, right? So I went back into consulting for 2 years. And this is a time when I moved to Boise, Idaho. So I lived in Boise, Idaho for 2 years. And right before I moved there, I had gotten out this really, really tough relationship. And so I was in this period of time where I was going through a lot of pain, suffering. It lasted for 2 years. Most of my time in Boise, Idaho, I was constantly like focused on that relationship that had already ended. Every morning I'd wake up thinking about those thoughts. You know, it was a really rough time. Even though I was dating other people, I was seeing other, you know, women, but she would constantly come in my mind. And so I was going through like a lot of suffering, self-induced, you know, of course. And so that's kind of like the beginning of what started waking me up. And then towards the end of my 2 years at that job, I felt this really sharp pain in my solar plexus. And it was a sign for me to wake up and like, this is not the job that you're supposed to be doing for the rest of your life, right? So that kind of like woke me up to, okay, there's something more outside of this environmental engineering job, this cushioned life that I was living in, you know, in a cubicle or in my own office. And it was, I didn't feel like I had a purpose there because the infrastructure in US, most places in US, most cities in US, the water infrastructure is really well maintained. Quality is really good. So I didn't feel like I was making a difference there, no matter how hard I worked. So I felt like there was more that I could do. And this is when I started realizing like, okay, there's something outside of this job. So when I left that job and I became an entrepreneur, I didn't know what that meant. I was just going into it kind of all guns blazing to see what I could do. And that's when I started my journey. I tried out multiple different things. I wrote a screenplay for a movie. So that was kind of like my artistic side. I really loved that, enjoyed that process of creativity. So I kind of discovered that there. And then I went into helping international students who want to come to America for, you know, grad school. So that was a whole process that I went through, and I helped them for 2 years. Found a lot of meaning in that, but I still wasn't satisfied. And then I came into this, I met Chakra Doctor. I found out this meditation called the full chakra activation. And that's when it started my spiritual journey. That's like 100% fully into it was like in 2016, 2017. That's when it started.
Wow, that's powerful. It's amazing.
So it's been a journey of trying out multiple different things, because I've never been one of those guys like, Kobe, for example. He's one of those guys who knew from the very beginning, from age like 12, 13, that I want to play basketball and this is all I want to do. I've been one of those guys, like I'm multi-passionate. I like so many different things and I want to try all of it out. So I've never been one to say like, this is what I want to do, or this industry is what I want to be in, right? But there's been one thread that's connected all of it, and that is bringing people together. And that's when I found out like bringing people together is what I really enjoy, because I was doing that when I was 10, 11, way back in high school in Dubai. So I was born and brought up in Dubai. I lived there for 15 years. So way back when in Dubai, I was creating these class parties, like, at the end of the year, they have a celebration, like, yeah, we're done with this year and that kind of thing. So I was planning the whole party for the whole class, right? And I would plan out the events, like make it fun, get the food, decorate, and do all of that. And I didn't realize it, but that's when my journey, that's when I really started doing something for the community and understanding, like bringing people together, and let's just celebrate life. Like that's when life celebration began for me, like
life orchestrator.
Yeah. It began way back then. And believe it or not, like to raise money for that, because I needed funds to, get the party decorations and all of that, I would create these, how you have baseball cards over here with stats on it?
Yeah, totally.
Back home, what we did is we had a game. We had a stack of like 40 cards or 50 cards, and we distribute among people, like a group of us, like 5 people playing the game, right? We'd distribute 10 cards each, and we'd read out stats. And the goal was to collect everyone else's cards by having the highest stat on, that one particular stat that you call out. So I would create these cards for that game, put stats on it, and sell it in my in the bus. Like when we're driving back home, there'd be like people playing, because that's the time when they would need to play it the most, like an hour drive, hour and a half back home. So that's when I would like sell it. That's like when my entrepreneurial journey started too. So it's been very interesting. Started very early on. I just didn't know it.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So one of the things that Steve Jobs said is that you can't see the big picture, like when you're connecting the dots later in life, right? And so now you have this awesome moment to reflect upon, when you're a child growing up in India, and how these ways of being and your presence and what evoked joy. Right. Now you get to share this as an adult once you connect the dots.
Yes.
So it's fantastic. Yeah. And so my third question is, when did you attend your first festival?
So my first festival, I would say, was back in Dubai, where it was like so in India or in Dubai, we celebrate this festival called Diwali, the Festival of Lights, right? And part of it is the Garba, where we go out and dance in circles, and we have sticks and we're playing in sticks, So that was one of my first festival that I attended when I was 10, 11. I really enjoyed dancing. I enjoyed the whole, like, this was at nighttime. So, for a 10-year-old to stay up past 10 o'clock was like, ooh, but I would be able to do that. Right, exactly. But I'd go there with my parents. They would take me, and we're like, we'd go enjoy, we'd go dance. And so that's kind of like when I first attended my first festival and had an experience of what it means to be at something like, celebrating a culture, celebrating life, celebrating something, right? So that was my first massive experience of it.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah. And I enjoyed it ever since. Like every time now here, every year they have celebrations all over LA. And, so I just go out to them in October, November timeframe and just enjoy, just dance the night. And it's a lot of fun. I hope you guys can come down too, and we can all dance together, because I know you like dancing. I've seen your videos, bro. I know you like dancing. Yeah.
Hemalayaa has taught me.
There's a particular move that you got to do, so I'll teach you how to do it, and you'll pick it up easily. Yeah.
I've been to about 3 different Indian weddings, and it's 3 to 4 days, which is a short one with only 500 people. That's like a small wedding,
and that's a small wedding. Yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah, and it's great. And then one of my backgrounds is I'm a world language teacher, and I've traveled, lived, and studied in 13 countries. And specifically, I studied in Venezuela at the National University, and same thing in Costa Rica. So what you do on the weekends as a cultural phenomenon is you go out salsa dancing and merengue. And if you don't go out, then you're pretty much like isolating yourself from the vibrant culture that's available in Latin America. And I imagine it's the same thing in India. Like if you're not a part of this, then like, well, you chose to be in this culture in this place. You're missing out. Yeah. So I have like my Latin dance moves, and then Himalaya, of course, as you know, she's like the queen of Bollywood. She's like the Jane Fonda of workout videos. She had a whole, back in the day, a DVD series of Bollywood. Yeah, she was on the Ellen show and the Today Show. So that's, so I feel like I sourced her in my life to improve. And I appreciate you having my back, brother, in order to teach me some variations of the dances.
Definitely. Anytime, man. This is Gujarati dance. Like it's different from the Bhangra, and so I don't know if you've seen it. You may not have tried it before. You may not even have seen it, but this is like going around in a big circle. But it's a lot
fantastic.
of fun. It's a lot.
That's great.
Enjoy it.
That's amazing. So my fourth question is, what inspired you to create events?
So events, like I said, like I was creating that class party from the very beginning, right? So that kind of where it started. I got an understanding. But then for a while, when I moved here, when I was 15 in 2001, I was going through college. And so throughout that period, I didn't really create events, but I created parties. Like someone's birthday party, I throw that, or a party at the house. I kind of have those kind of things. And those would be a lot of fun. No matter what I did, people would just, have a lot of fun. Just put alcohol there and they're good, right? Just kidding. But, so I went through a period of creating like fun parties. And then after that, now I'm like, I joined this Indian community the last 2.5 years. And it's through that I've gotten, again, a love for creating events, because we have community gatherings of some as low as 50 people. Like this evening, we have a singles meet and greet called the Masala Mixer. And it's at the Spice Garden in Buena Park. We have 50 people coming together, singles, right before Valentine's Day. We're creating that environment for them to get to know each other, break the ice. And then we'll have a short speed dating session, and then we'll go into a dancing and just a fun, like bring the music in and bust out the moves kind of thing. So it's going to be a fun evening tonight. And so we have about 50 people joining us for that. And then like in November, we did this huge event for 4,000 people at the Ontario Convention Center. And so that kind of got me all of the experience I needed for Spiritual Block Party, right? So I was going through the whole process, like 6 months of planning, intense, meetings and getting the group together and leading it and organizing it and, putting it, orchestrating all of that together. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the whole process. And I said, I want to do this for the wellness community. So for the wellness community, this is my first like major festival. I've done smaller events for the full chakra activation, where we get 200-300 people together, guided meditation, all of us in that energy, just really powerful. So I've done that, but this is my first like wellness festival that I'm so excited to put on.
That's amazing. So this is my fifth question. What is the Spiritual Block Party?
So Spiritual Block Party has so many different components, right? So the first thing, the whole idea behind the Spiritual Block Party is to bring experiences, right? So the experience of me breaking up with my girlfriend led to my transformation, led to me realizing there's something deeper to life. At that point, my life was very shallow, right? And so I started asking myself those deeper questions, like why, and the question that really got to me was, why did that, what was my cause, or what was my role in that relationship not working out? And when I looked at that question, my ego suddenly shattered, because I realized that it was my ego that had put me there. So having all of these experiences led me to understand that it is these experiences that can transform people, right? People have to feel it deep in their core. And when they feel it deep in their core, that's when something shifts inside of them. And that's when they're like urged to move forward and do something different than what they've done in the past. And so it was these experiences. I wanted to bring unique experiences to the Spiritual Block Party. So that's one component of it. And the different types of unique experiences that we're bringing are, like the body freedom dance that Hemalayaa is doing. We got the, there you go. We got the Kemetic yoga that Asia is putting together, Asia Witten. We have the full chakra activation that Chakra Doctor is putting together. We have Kundalini meditation that the 8 Chakra Studios, Devajit Singh is putting together. And he was here at the Lightning in a Bottle. or doing his Kundalini meditation. We have sound bath, sound healing. We have in the nutrition section, the nourishment section, we also have we have 3 talks. The first one is a talk on living water, creating your living water, right? And this is about how you can make your water live, like so it can, when you drink it, it actually works on your body. The second section is how this one person, her name is Dr. Rhiannon Hutton, how she beat cancer, a battle with cancer. And it's really powerful, her talk. And then the third one, the battle with cancer, create your living water. What was it? The third one is about the cancer journey. And then we have this HIIT workout, high intensity interval training workout that we're putting together. So it's coming together. It's a lot. We got a lot of components just in the 12 experiences that we have there. Perceptive yoga is another one. Movement meditation. Yeah, we have holistic vendors that are setting up. So we have Suja Juice that's supporting us. We have Califia Farms. Yeah, these are all the
shout out to all the
GT's Kombucha. So a lot of big name vegan brands, Vegan Robs that's going to be there. Vegan Outreach is coming to spread their message. 7T's, Imperfect Foods, Love Abundance Store. We got a tour, PKT Tours company. They have vegan tours that they're putting together. Lulu's Vegan Skin, No High CBD. So these are all the vendors that are going to be setting up over there. So have a lot of vendors that are coming outside. We have food vendors going to be there. So we're serving Indian food. I really wanted to bring the Indian cuisine to this festival as well. So we have 2 Indian vendors and a third, like an American food vendor setting up. So that'll give us a good variety of food, all vegan. There's going to be, amazing. And that's the other aspect of it, right? We want to support the veganism and the cause for animals, like not hurting any more animals. We don't need animals to survive anymore, right? Maybe that was a thing in the past, but right now there's so many athletes, like the documentary The Game Changer talks about it. So many athletes have been converting to veganism, and yet they're still succeeding, right? They're pushing the boundaries with that diet. So we can see what veganism does to us and to our body. And even the meat diet is not good for the environment. It causes, a lot of pollution, a lot of methane, and a lot of these harmful gases that trap the heat, right? Cause global warming. So it's a lot of these different factors that we're looking at the Spiritual Block Party. And then the third one that I wanted to mention is the diversity, right? We have this diverse audience that's going to be coming out to the Spiritual Block Party. And that was the whole goal, is to bring all of these different communities and unite them together. So I'll tell you, brother, like in my community, we're not so open to other communities coming in, right? So I wanted to definitely do this for my community where, hey, we're open to, thank you so much. We're open to, the African-American community, the Hispanic community, the white, the American community, all of them to come together, all of them to celebrate life, because that's what it is. It's a celebration of life. You are me, I am you, and that's what we're celebrating, right? And so and this is also represented in the diverse experiences that we have. Like each of these practitioners, masters of their craft, the guides, they come from these diverse backgrounds, right? We have this high intensity interval training. She's a female African-American. The Chakra doctor, he's a male African-American. We have Hemalayaa, female Indian, who's putting together the body freedom dance. Myself, I'm the orchestrator, the Indian guy. We have a Hispanic who's putting the Kundalini meditation together. So you have this diverse crowd of people coming together. Not only that, and then we have a conscious concert at the end of the night. So after it's all said and done, we end the night with this conscious concert from 8 to 10 p.m. We are featuring Tony Luck, Brandon the Wizard, Judah Ra, Eternal Prophet. We're going to have an open mic there as well. And we're displaying conscious art by Shamanism. So it's a whole lot going on. It's a full festival, a whole day of fun with all of these different elements, cultural, social elements that are tied to it. So we're supporting, it's a movement that we're supporting. And we want everyone else out there who's listening to this to come and support us as well. Because without you guys, it's not going to happen. We need you to fill in the picture.
100%. And this is what's fantastic, I feel, when I heard about the event and what you're creating, what you're orchestrating. And it's amazing because, as you clearly said, like there's 7.7 billion people now on the planet, and there's a multitude of different cultures, expressions, languages, dances, foods. And for us, we get to play like kids in the sandbox, right? We get to all get along, and we all get to like be like in reverence of what's capable for someone that has these skill sets and specialties. For example, Kiyoshi, who commented a second ago, he's a conscious hip hop artist, and we create music with mantra, with hip hop, and with yogic, vibes to it. And I'll have different instruments from the East, sitars, as well as I classically train on piano. So we have this merger of all these different cultures. And as I was mentioning earlier, and Kenlin, who's an amazing Kundalini instructor, mentioned, got to live in Latin America, dance the weekend. Hemalayaa is the Jane Fonda of Bollywood. She loves it. And she put, for Kundalini. And for real, it's like Westerners are getting present to the power of Eastern culture, wisdom, and philosophies, right? And so could you speak into that? Because you're truly, both worlds.
Yeah, this is the ancient wisdom has been around for so long. And I think now we're in the last 50 years, we're finally catching up to what they've been saying. Like, I guess it's probably started with Paramahansa Yogananda bringing out the wisdom to the West in the early 1920s or late 1910s. And I think that's when the journey started with Indian spirituality becoming more and more prevalent in the Western civilization. Right. And now I think they're seeing that Eastern civilization had a lot of wisdom in it, and it's already been written, it's already been told, it's already been out there. People just have to follow it. And so now these practices, the Kundalini meditation, the full chakra activation, these are like guided processes that you could follow. And every time you could achieve that result that, you want to get to that certain point of feeling the spirit, feeling the soul, feeling the real you, right? Having that experience of who you really are, who you truly are. And this festival will get you one step closer to that, if not all the way there.
I love that. And as you know, I'm a part of Buddha Music Group. And what we're doing is we're raising the vibrations of the planet through art and music. And for our shared vision, shared purpose, and the complementary skill sets that we all have, I feel it's really a powerful opportunity, February 15th, for as many people that's watching this live right now or on the archive to get your calendar, make sure that you write in February 15th. And you want to share what the overall time frame is for the event? I'll put it up in front of everyone, but you can speak into that.
Yeah, for sure. So it starts at 10 o'clock. So it's 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So noon, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. We're going to have the full chakra activation. We're going to have like an opening kickoff where I'm just kind of talk about the spiritual block party, what we stand for. Then we'll do a sound healing, a shamanic sound healing for 30 minutes from 10:30 to 11, 11 to 12. We're doing the full chakra activation. And this is that guided meditation that Chakra Doctor is putting together. 12 to 2 is kind of an open hour where we get to visit all the vendors, all the beautiful vendors and their products they're going to have. You can have lunch, go get you some food, some refreshments, and just enjoy the outside area. 2 to 6 is when we're going to have all of the sessions. So that, the 3 tracks, which is the movement, meditation, and nourishment, nutrition. So these are 3 tracks that are going to be going from 2 to 6. And then from 6 to 8, again, it's kind of open for the vendors, dinner. 7 to 8, we're going to do a Kemetic yoga session in the outside courtyard area. And then 8 to 10, we're going to end it with the conscious concert.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm very excited about it.
It's a whole day of events, and it's just going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun. I just can't.
All right. So you got to share the amazing news with everyone. What's the investment to go?
The investment is it's all free. You just have to show up and enjoy all of the beautiful offering that all of these different vendors, guides, practitioners. And I actually especially want to call out Bhikkhu Patel, who is the founder, the president of the facility, the Joy of Sharing Community Center, where we're hosting the full spiritual block party. He is an amazing, amazing human being with a beautiful heart. He's accomplished so much in his life. He's doing a lot for the Indian community back home. He is literally taking 1,000 villages that don't have sanitation, the basic services of sanitation, roads, and he's upgrading it, providing them water, providing them tanks, providing them all of these different facilities. He's personally overseeing this, and he's such a beautiful human being that he's given us this facility for us to throw the spiritual block party and just enjoy the facility and enjoy our time there. So I really want to give a shout out to him and thank him so much from the bottom of my heart for all that he's done for us and everything that he's doing to fuel this movement.
Appropriately named Joy of Sharing.
Joy of Sharing. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's right there.
Yeah, and it's all about generosity. I want to acknowledge you, Dr. Varun Gandhi, because you truly are embodying what generosity is, to orchestrate community events that will empower people to come together, to synergize. And as you mentioned, your goal is to have 1,000, 1,500 people. And I feel that you said recently your RSVP list is already at 800 plus people. So let's keep that momentum going. And so February 15th, put it in your calendar, and the address is right here on the screen. If you follow on Instagram, it's Spiritual Block Party. And here are the other tags that I'd like you to find on Instagram. And you could look up my music. I'll be there. Hemalayaa, Buddha Music Group. And really, I feel that there's a whole possibility for community to even grow stronger, because, that's one of the things I've recognized, that's one of my questions, like how did this all start for you? And then the festivals that you go to, and then now you get to create or orchestrate whatever is in alignment with your soul expression. And so I want to acknowledge you for having that passion, that joy. And, to be generous means that you're not going to just keep it within. You might have all these aha moments and all these awakenings and, wow, this is how I feel in community and connection and culture and vibrancy. And then if you live in your bubble with that and you only experience it, it's like, I'm grateful that you're able to just blast open your heart, and you're truly a heart-centered entrepreneur. I'll call you a soulpreneur.
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, that's how I met Chakra Doctor. Is I was looking for soulpreneurs and I was going to help them promote their business. And so that's how I ran into the people that have, helped me through this process. Like for me, it was a tough journey, because tough in the sense of, so my biggest battle has been my voice, like being able to speak out, being able to communicate. And so this is one of the things that I've been learning through this process of orchestrating the Spiritual Block Party, is how do I pick up the phone and make that call, or, like step outside and just, expand my boundaries too, because that's what it's all about for me as well. It's like, how can I grow through this process of orchestrating this event for all the people, And for me, it's been a very humbling journey, because I got to learn a lot about where my boundaries lie right now and how I could expand them and, go beyond them.
Absolutely. And I'm grateful the team of people that you have, it takes a team to build the dream.
Definitely. It takes a dream. Yeah.
So much talent, so many supporters, so many sponsors that are, really connected to your vision. That's what it comes down to. And then, as you said, like, you make that request, you pick up the phone, you send that email. And so I'm really grateful that, and Los Angeles, I mean, it's such a fantastic place for people to come to. And, millions of people live in the city, and I'm coming from San Diego. So if any people that are in my network that are watching this, make the drive up, take the train if you want to go up to LA, and, fly in from anywhere in the world. That's totally what this is about. I mean, when there's going to be 1,000 plus people at the Spiritual Block Party, and this is your first event.
First event. Yes. This is the first event. We're going to do this every year. So it's going to keep growing and keep, getting more people engaged into this community. So this is just the start.
Awesome. Well, I'm grateful to be a part of it. And, there's so many possibilities. It's infinite. So do you have any closing words? Maybe a call to action for anyone that's watching to motivate them to, come out and have this transformational experience?
Yeah. So essentially, look, guys, this is all about the experiences, right? And this through your journey through life, that experiences lead to transformation. What better way to come to these 12 different experiences, unique experiences. You pick and choose whichever ones that you want to go to, whichever ones that call out to you. You pick and choose, show up, enjoy it, just be there fully immersed in it completely at every moment, and enjoy this whole festival, because this is where it's going to be at February 15th in Norwalk at the 15311 Pioneer Boulevard, Joy of Sharing Community Center. Come out, because we want to experience transformation together. We want to build this community together and get all the people so we can, build a powerful movement and show that, hey, we've done something. Please join us. This is my humble request. That I know if you come, you will have a wonderful time. I know how to throw parties, and you will experience some sort of transformation, because all of the guides, all of the practitioners that come out there, they are masters of their craft. They've done this for so long that they know how to move people. So come out there and get yourself moved.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, share this in your text messaging, share this on your Facebook, your YouTube channel, however you like to creatively, pass along the messages out there. And so this is, as Dr. Varun Gandhi has mentioned, like this is something that he's been passionate about for years, is to create events. And for him, this is going to be the biggest event yet. And for all of us as community members to come together and recognize, as you eloquently put, like when you have this growth and expansion internally, right? When we have the work that happens inside, we get to also get out and see, oh, wow, we're at this amazing Joy of Sharing Community Center. There's so many, common, purposes and visions that we all have, and networking. And as you said, you do these speed dating events. Who knows? Maybe you'll find the love of your life there.
Yeah.
Well, thank you later, right?
Yeah, please. I would love for that to happen. I'd love to hear a success story.
And I play piano for weddings, so it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you. Oh, perfect. Yeah, we're so multi-talented, so many specialties. And what I love is that everyone that is on the bill for this event, they're very much heart-centered souls that are here to contribute and to share and to really raise the vibrations of the planet collectively. And this is why I can't wait for February 15th. And if anyone out there, if you've seen this video as well, I'd love for you to come up to us at the actual event and let us know that, share a little bit about your personal journey. And this is what it's about in this human voyage that we get to be on, is like, how can we grow? How can we connect with the music, with the food, with the high vibrations? And this is also live streaming right now on my network called Plant Powered Living. So people that are looking for events that are all plant powered, delicious, nutritious foods, there's going to be so much out there that's going to be an offering, not only for the mind, but the body as well as the spirit. So thank you so much. And I love your logo up here. It says Love Abundance.
Love abundance. That's the love in the sign language. That's love. So I always throw that up. That's like my gang sign there.
Oh, perfect. Love abundance. Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Varun Gandhi. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, DTO. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you for having me on your audience and letting me share who I am, a little bit about myself, and what the Spiritual Block Party is about. It's been wonderful speaking with you, and wonderful for all of your guests to be on here. And so thank you so much for the opportunity. I love it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, I'll see you February 15th.
Sounds good, brother. You have a good one.
Right. You too.
Love and abundance.
Love and abundance.